Grab the upper shroud, right foot here, then step inside. It's very important not to overstep from boat to boat. The boats might separate and you might injure yourself. Once you're on the boat, the first thing that you should do is to locate the PFD, the Personal Flotation Device. PFD. Put it in the cockpit area in case one of your crew members or guests falls overboard, so you'll have something to throw to them. Once you're on the foredeck, it's very important to remember to keep one hand to the boat. If you have to work at the bow, you can grab the forestay, so you can make a step, always keeping one hand to the boat. If you have to kneel to do something, use only one knee, okay? One knee only, not both knees. That's not good. You don't have the balance. Spread your legs, okay? If you have to work on the deck, move forward. If you have to work over there, like we're going to attach the jib later, hangs to the forestay. Touch your shoulder on the forestay. You can kneel, work on your lines. In case you lose your balance, you can always grab it, okay? And hold yourself to regain your balance, okay? So there's no sitting on the boat like that, no laying down when you try to pick up the mooring. The only thing is, you might stand and grab it. Your reach is like 3 feet, you know? And it's much safer this way.
Okay.
This is a sloop type of boat. It has a fractional rig. That means the forestay does not go all the way to the top of the mast. What we are doing is we are going to prepare the sails. We always raise the main first, but you have to prepare the jib first to be ready to raise it, okay? So I'm going to bend the jib, prepare the jib. I'm going to take the jib out. I'm going to bring the jib forward of the mast. Putting down one knee, I'm going to untie the jib sheets, which are always attached to the jib. The jib sheets are always attached to the clew. And remember, you should always kneel with one knee only. Unroll the jib sheets, separate them. Put the jib sheets through the fairlead block. Make a bend towards yourself. Flip the line on top, under the standing line, and that's a figure 8 stopper knot. So don't make the knot at the very end of the line. In case the jib sheet runs out, you have something to grab onto to pull it back, okay? Put it through the fairlead block, make a stopper knot, okay? Make a figure 8. If somebody calls you over there, you get distracted, you do something, the wind comes, blows the jib in the water, you don't have to swim for it. It's already attached. I'm going to unroll the jib. Go forward, step over the sail, put the jib between your legs, move forward so you are touching the forestay with your shoulder so you can grab on. Find the tack. This is the foot of the sail. This is the tack. You open the shackle, put it through. The tack is attached. Now, one by one, attach the hank to the forestay. Make sure you don't twist them. One by one, keep the jib down, and you proceed until you reach the head of the sail. one by one. Okay? Now I'm stepping back over to this side of the jib. It's very important not to step on the sail because it's very slippery, especially when it's wet. Remember, one hand to yourself, one hand to the boat. I'm going to try to locate the halyard, the jib halyard. And one of them is the spinnaker halyard, one is the jib halyard. Which one is which? The only distinction is not the color or size, but where they come out at the top of the mast. One halyard comes out at the mast above the forestay, the other comes out below the forestay. So the proper jib halyard will be the one that comes out below the forestay. Okay? The other halyard is for the spinnaker, which works like a big balloon outside of the fore triangle. So this is it. We have to find the other end. The halyard goes through the block at the top, down inside the mast, and comes out on the port side. It goes through the block and it's cleated on the cleat. Take it off the cleat. Now the first thing that you're supposed to do is to check that there is some kind of stopper knot at the end of the line. More permanent than a figure 8 knot. The stopper knot is very important because when you pull this accidentally, you can pull the halyard into the mast. So I'm going to uncleat the shackle. Once you have this in your hand, don't let it go. If you pass it to someone, make sure this person has it. If you let it go, and the boat sways, the halyard is going to wrap up around the shrouds or the forestay and it'll be hard to retrieve. I'm going to attach the halyard to the head of the sail. Make sure it's closed. Put it down. Walk back. I'm going to step into the cockpit. And it's a good idea to pull on the jib sheet. Give it a wrap around the winch and cleat it, stretching the sail so it does not go into the water. And that finalizes bending the jib, the preparation of the jib. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the back of the boat and untie the sail cover. I'm going to start from the back and fold the sail cover as I move forward towards the mast. Fold it. And fold it forward. Fold it. Fold it. We took this off before. Okay. Fold it in half. And stow it right away. You can use your starboard side locker next to your jib bag. Okay? My next step will be unrolling the sail. I'm going to move the sail on this side and I'm going to untie the sail ties. There's supposed to be 2 of them. And finish the job. Okay, make sure that you put them away on top of the sail cover. The next step should be to lift the boom up to my nose and back down. In order to do so, I have to loosen up the main sheet. Uncoil the main sheet. Drop it here. Make sure it's loose. The other thing that might hold the boom down is the boom vang. So loosen up the boom vang, and then let's see if we can lift the boom. Let's lift the boom. Something is holding it down here. The jib sheet cleated itself. Alright, let's put it back down. So we know that once you raise the sail, the boom is free to rise up with the sail. So the boom vang has to be loose, the main sheet has to be loose so you can raise the sail. Okay? I'm going to unroll the rest of the sail now. Gently and slowly. Until I reach the head of the sail. Make sure it's not twisted. Okay? And locate the main halyard. There's only one coming aft, okay? So this is it. It's on the starboard side. Uncleat it. Make sure before anything that you have a stopper knot other than a figure-8 knot. Something a little more permanent. Alright? Now this halyard has a different shackle on it. You just put the pin in the right direction, rotate, and it locks itself. Each boat can have different shackles. You have to align the pin with the groove and turn it until it clicks in so that it stays locked. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the shackle, put it through, twist the pin until it clicks, and make sure it's secure. The bolt rope goes here in the groove in the mast, like that. I'm going to pull on the halyard so it's tight, and I'm going to cleat it off temporarily. The middle line under the boom is for the out hole, the main out hole. Okay? It's loose. I'm going to tighten it up and cleat it. Okay? Make sure it's properly done, just like that. Our boats are set up so that the first reef is on the starboard side and the second reef is on the port side. What I'm checking now is that the lines are not wrapped around the boom by accident and that they run free. First, the boom was already up, so nothing is holding the sail. The reefing out holes seem to be okay. So now we're going to raise the sail. I'm going to pull on the halyard and push the bolt rope forward so that it goes into the groove. If there's two of you, one person can guide the bolt rope into the groove. You see, it got stuck. I have to pull it down and then back up. It's getting harder to raise the sail now. I'm going to make a half a turn on the cleat like that. And then I'm going to use this like a bow and pull on it like that. Hold it up. Pull it through the cleat. Don't pull down. Just pull like that. And pull it through the cleat. I'm going to make it even tighter, and then I'm going to cleat it. And you're done. Okay? As you can see up here, the first reefing out hole is pulling the sail. It's disturbing the leech of the sail. This line is too tight. It's pulling on leech of the sail. It's the second reef, which is on the port side. So let me loosen up both reefing lines. As you can see, both reefing lines are loose now, and nothing is disturbing the leech of the sail. I'm going to tighten up the boom vang, not too much, just enough so that it clears the winches and everything. And we are actually set to sail. I'll take this bridle off. The other one is already in the water. And I'll put it back on like this. I'm going to uncleat the jib sheet and raise the jib. We can do the same thing we did when we raised the main. Put a half turn around the cleat and pull on the jib halyard to tighten it. Do this, this, this. Now, make a loop and twist it towards the cleat. Okay? So you end up this way. If you do it the other way, then you end up with this, which is no good. It can uncleat itself. So make a loop towards the cleat. There you go. Okay? I'm going to reef while I'm at the mooring. Okay? So in order to do so, I'm going to drop the jib back down. I'll pull the jib sheet in and cleat it so that the jib doesn't slide into the water. I'm going to pull the sail down quickly, and I see a cloud formation on the horizon. We might get a quick squall or a thunderstorm. I'll start with a double reef. As a rule, once you decide to reef, go straight away to the double reef. If you reef, you reef. Alright? You can see the second reef. The tack is over there. You can see the reefing diamond. And the clue is over there with the reefing line going through it. The second reef will be on the port side. Before you reef, it's always a good idea to loosen up the boom vang, because as a rule, when the sail is reefed, the boom is usually higher than normal. So make sure the boom vang is loose. I'm going to lower the main and keep the excess sail on the port side. I'm going to lower the reefing tack about 6 inches, okay, above the reefing hook, okay. I'm going to cleat the main halyard permanently. Grab the bolt rope and pull it down until you can hook it on the reefing hook. You want the luff of the sail to be tight so the sail sits flat. It's much easier to make the luff of the sail tight pulling down than trying to yank it up by pulling on the halyard. The tack is attached, we are ready. Now we need to do the same with the clew by pulling the reefing line on the port side of the boom. It's the same as this one. Make sure it's on the wheel before you pull it. Stay in the cockpit and pull it hard. Make sure it's on the wheel. There's something holding the boom down. Sometimes the lines get caught, so you have to check it out. If something doesn't go smoothly, it means something is wrong, okay? Good. The things to look for are: make sure that the reefing clew is very close to the boom, like so, and that the foot of the sail is nice and stretched, okay? I'm going to pull on the reefing line nice and tight, and I'm going to cleat it under the boom. Alright. Sometimes those lines get caught inside, so make sure you pull them out. I'm going to start from the luff of the sail and very tightly from the very end roll it up. Okay? Rolling it up. Then I'm going to get the reef ties from the reefing diamonds, and I'm going to tie a square knot onto the boom. I'm going to stretch the leech of the sail and roll it up very tightly. Don't roll the sail from the middle, even if you have help. I don't know why, but for some reason, if you roll the sail the way I'm rolling it, there's a big chance that the sail will stay rolled up all the way through to the end of your sail. There shouldn't be any tension. This is just to hold the sail, otherwise you rip the reefing diamonds. The whole tension is on the tack, the clew, the triangle. This is just to hold the sail, so there shouldn't be too much tension on this. Square knot. This comes from this side, this comes from the same side, and you have a nice square knot. Okay? Raise the jib, please. Make sure the jib sheets are loose. Unhitch the boat. Put the jib sheet around the winch once. And we're off.